Hey folks, Twisted Christian here. Today I want to talk about some prophetic dreams and visions about the Dow, share some possible pricing points when the Dow is going to drop, and how far will the Dow actually go down according to the prophetic voices that are out there. And that is one thing that we are expecting, is a massive drop in the stock market at some point. Then also dealing with how far the Dow will drop, how cheap will some of these stocks get that are within the Dow. I am going to share with you from one of the Patreon members about how low McDonald's will go. They are part of the Dow, and so that's going to be very interesting. But I want to get through how low the Dow will go, and then we'll get into that. But first, folks, I have to tell you guys that I'm not a financial advisor, that I'm just bringing and sharing information with you guys and giving my thoughts and my opinions. What I've been sharing with you guys is prophetic pricing points and what I believe what God is sharing with us. And what I'm beginning to find out is that just because somebody does have a dream or vision doesn't necessarily mean that's the exact plan that you're supposed to follow. But I believe that overall that God has given the wealth transfer, those who are involved in the wealth transfer, an overall picture of what is supposed to happen. And so I am trying to follow that plan to the best of my ability and either interpret and follow what the prophetic voices are saying concerning this wealth transfer. Whatever I share with what is my plan doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow that plan. And if you guys like these videos that I make, the support links, the Patreon and the PayPal, they're down below in the description, and they're also in the About section of YouTube. And I'd like to thank you guys who do support on the Patreon. It does keep me going, and it does encourage me to continue to create the videos. And we're currently coming up upon a crunch time, folks, and it's going to be very difficult for you if you have not put yourself into position now and start learning about these things now. Because when that time comes, right, you're only going to get one more shot at this. Because we are expecting this first run-up. And if you miss this first run-up, you will have an opportunity in the second run-up. So, because in this first run, I'm expecting that we're going to be taking a lot of the profits that we have and putting it back at these buy pricing points for during crypto winter and during the stock market crash. And I actually truly believe that when crypto winter does come, it's going to be a short period of time. It's not going to be for like 6 months or anything like that. I truly believe that we may only experience it for maybe at most several months. I'm going to go ahead and get into just one of Christopher Harris's video, and then I'm going to go over his PDF that he just put out, that he updates frequently concerning all of his prophetic dreams and visions. That folks, that there's going to be a lot of volatility in the stock market and in the cryptocurrency market during this time period. From everything that I'm reading, it's going to be pretty crazy. So if you have put yourself in position in the first run, you won't have to worry about anything in between the first run and the run up after that. What I recently shared was that I believe that the Iraqi dinar is going to revalue in between these two runs. And because after the first run, when the Dow drops, cryptocurrency markets drop, there's war, all kind of issues that are going on, the dinar is going to revalue in the world economic recovery. It's not to say that they won't raise the rates of the Iraqi dinar. They very well could today, right now. They could change the value of the dinar 25% up. But you're still not going to be able to exchange. Okay, so this first video, the YouTube is Jesus is Lord. This is Christopher Harris, and he's discussing about the Dow. Now he talks about other things in there, PPT coin, Litecoin. That's why I say it's important sometimes to follow these people and go back and watch over their old videos and look at the documents that they're posting, because there's a lot of good information in all that.
I think that's it for the crypto. Now, I had another dream very recently about the stock market going from over 20,000 ish. I checked, it's at 25,000. and I saw it go down to 11 or 12,000. That's the Dow. I believe this will absolutely happen, and it was definitely a dream from the Lord, because the Lord showed me that He was sick of His children. He was sick of Israel being robbed, and the honest people there being robbed. And I believe it also applies to all of the Lord's children. And He was going to bring down the market, and it was going to be in proportion to, there was like a sorrow that I felt when I heard, there was a sorrow that I felt that was in proportion to how far the market will fall. So in any case, I believe there will be a coming stock market crash from 20,000 Dow, or over 20,000, to 11 or 12,000, which is a very large drop. Just be aware that I believe that is coming soon. It may, I don't know what's going to cause it. Usually there's some type of catalyst for these things. There's some type of news or some type of event. So that's the situation for crypto. That's the relevant dreams that I've received about these things.
So he said he saw the Dow drop from around the 20,000 mark all the way down to between 11 and 12,000. So that's a pretty significant drop, and for it to drop that fast too as well. And which is another thing I do want to bring up about King Clement's prophecy about the 20,000 Dow, because that was grossly mistranslated, especially when you put all the dinar prophecies together. And King Clement did give some type of time frame about when this would happen. I do believe the Dow will be very, very low. Then that's when we're going to see the revaluation. The next thing I'm going to do is go over Christopher Harris's PDF that he has, right? There's a lot of information in here, a lot of pricing points for a lot of different cryptocurrencies. I've already posted this in the Patreon. So if you guys see that, then you guys need to do the research, start looking at all the different cryptocurrencies and their pricing points. He's got some pretty big ones and I believe that this will more than likely be in the second run. Some of them, I think also too, are going to be in the first run. But I think a lot of these pricing points for some of these coins that are enormous are going to be for the second run. And that's why it's important that you are in position, that if you are just buying and holding, you're not going to be able to take advantage of any of these things unless you have a lot of extra money, because a lot of the profits that you're going to be taking is going to be going back into cryptocurrency with your buy limit orders, as well as your buy limit orders for the stock market. So I'm going to go ahead and just read each one of these briefly, dealing with the Dow. Okay, it says here, in the same dream, I saw FAS at 71 and UVXY at 2,700. Dow dropped from 20 to 22,000 to 10 to 12,000. So I'm just reading these in order. Okay, on November the 14th, 2018, I saw a TradingView chart with my dad and saw the Dow, I believe, had dropped significantly in up and down jagged spikes. I saw it had stepped down in stages about 3 times. And then I saw the price of RDD, 0.138 cents, and change to 17 cents. I believe the Lord may be showing a good entry point for RDD here, confirming the last 2 dreams I've had of this price range. All right, so that's very interesting, because during these drops, right, and if you look at the price of RDD now, it's currently at 0.0007995. That's pretty interesting, because I kind of expected, when the Dow's dropping like that cryptocurrency would be dropping too as well. But when you look at this price, and then you look at what he was saying about the Dow, now he didn't give any prices, and of course, who knows if they're going to try to pump up the Dow? Who knows? The Dow might reach 45,000 in the next stock market run up. So he stepped down in 3 stages about 3 times. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. So we don't know where that's going to be. Like I said, we could be at 40,000. We could be at 35,000 when we see this happening. But Like I said, I do believe we're going to see some type of stock market run up before it actually does this. So if there's anybody has any prophecies or prophetic words about how high the stock market will be at, or the Dow at least, let me know down below in the description if you have seen any prophetic words or have any prophetic words about how high that it will go. So I already have some RDD coin at 13 cents, 13 and then 17 cents, the two pricing points here. That means during the time when the Dow is dropping, that cryptocurrency at this point seems to be doing pretty well. Okay, dream he posted on June the 23rd, 2019. I had a dream yesterday of seeing the Dow at 17,600. All right, so that's quite significant from where we are at right now. All right, here's another one that was posted on March 9th, 2020. All right, in this dream, I was in my home checking the price of the Dow, and it was between 8 and 10,000. I knew the market had greatly crashed. Then the power went out. Wow, folks, 8 to 10,000. That's a massive, significant drop, which means there's going to be a lot of chaos during that time period. And if the Dow is down that low, I pretty much imagine the cryptocurrency markets are going to be just as bad. Okay, here on July the 26th, also had a dream where I saw a mainstream front page article on an Australian news website talking about how they expected the Dow to drop to 9,000. On the 17th of June 2020, where I saw 4 steps written down. The first 2 I couldn't make up, but the third was a 10 trillion taxpayer bailout. The 4th step was hyperinflation. I believe the dream was about USA and was economic related. I believe that the way bigger taxpayer bailouts are coming, and after this is hyperinflation. So that's pretty interesting. So after the Dow has been dropping, they're going to propose a $10 trillion taxpayer bailout. We're currently at $30 trillion in debt. Could you imagine that them passing a bill like that and our money is just going to be worth nothing? So this is something that hopefully that does not happen, and we don't need a $10 trillion taxpayer bailout. There's a lot of things the government can do that can change the course of the markets and the economy. Okay, on October the 12th, 2020, I saw in a dream this morning BTC was at 6,700 after a major decline and 25,000 Dow. All right, so that's pretty interesting as far as that too as well. So I'm assuming, I'm going to say that as the Dow's going down, BTC is going to be doing a lot of fluctuating. All right, and now what I'm getting ready to show you is the lowest pricing point that I could find here in this document that shows how low the Dow is going to get. On March 17th, 2020, I saw 6,677 or so Dow this morning as I was waking up. Earlier in the night, I saw 3,600 BTC and later 8,100 BTC. Folks, he's showing that the Dow, he saw it at 6,677. That is absolutely insane. So I believe that we have our bottom, or are close to our bottom pricing of 6,677. And he posted here within the same paragraph that he posted on December 2019. Yesterday, I had a dream of the U.S. and AUS markets and financial groups leaders in fear, panic. They were anxiously awaiting a massive drop in the markets. It was like they had done all they can do to avert it, and were trying to make it appear as if business was normal, but they're very worried of a coming major crash. There was an urgency in this dream, and I expect it to be coming soon. So I'm wondering if this is what this particular dream about the fear and the panic, when they've done everything that they can do, and they're trying to make everything seem as normal. That's what they're trying to do now, like everything is normal. Right? Business is normal, but people are paying more in this and more in that. Your food, your gas, your energy. And there's even media out there trying to justify inflation, saying that it's good for our economy, but then yet, they don't understand that people are suffering. And at this point, when the Dow's going down like that, if they are still promoting that inflation is good, I don't know. That's just absolutely crazy that people even accept the fact of what the media is doing, especially right now. So I got one more to show you, and this is pretty interesting because it still shows who's still going to be in power when the Dow is dropping. All right, so this is back from May the 26th, 2021. I had a dream of a warning of the economy dropping in the USA, and I saw an image of Biden, and then the Dow was at 17K. That's a 50% drop from current levels, and it seemed to be under Biden in the dream. All right, folks, so when this thing is going down, it looks like Biden is still going to be in power when all this happens. That's one of the things when you look at his past prophecies back from 2018, he did say Trump would not, basically he said that Trump would not be in office after this election, and he was absolutely correct from the dreams and visions that he was shown. So the Dow was at 17,000. So he saw an image of Biden and the warning of the economy dropping. Right? Then the Dow was at 17,000. So folks, hopefully that we are all in position and that we are ready and that you are fully prepared because you're going to have about a week or so to prepare to start transferring money out into your bank accounts. You're going to need to be going out and getting your food and your supplies and making sure you have all the things that you need. When Kim Clement said when things seem at their worst, this is what it is, folks. When you see the Dow go from where it's at right now all the way to 6,000, trust me, everybody's going to think it's the end of the world, on top of all the other issues that are going on with the cryptocurrency markets, with what's going on with Israel and the conflicts over there in China and all that. And there's a lot that's going to be going on. And there's going to be a lot of fear. But see, in advance, and you're preparing yourself so that way you can prepare for your family and for your friends and for your loved ones when they need things. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and read a prophetic dream by Kingdom War. His name is Tim. He's on the Patreon, and he shared this with me. And I think this is important because I think it shows a transition of people, a lot of people probably going into gold, especially if gold is at around 300. We've talked about those prophecies before. So that's when we might be able to see a spike. I don't know as far as, what's going to happen with gold, but we did see a pricing point of a high of 35,000 for gold, right? And this will be at a time when China is going to be selling off a lot of their precious metals. So it says here, I have a position in VIXY, VIXY, increase of the fear index. He showed me I should hold it until it reaches $147, then sell it immediately and buy some Equinox gold, EQX. I already owned a little EQX, and he just confirmed the rise of gold and silver for me. Trading VIXY involves a little knowledge and skill so you don't have to get burned. Not for newbies. I have lost money with it. So when he first shared that with me, it seems like that he was seeing some type of transition. And could this be a indication as far as before the Dow drops? Because we have a lot of cryptocurrency pricing points, but we don't really have anyone dealing with the stock market. I imagine it will be around the same time. So looking up VIXY, we got it. It's currently at $18.44. So he was given a pricing point of $147 to sell. All right. So, but he also did say trading this is not for beginners. You got to know what you're doing when you're trading with this, because he said he's lost money on it, but he's doing what the Lord has showed him. Right. And that's another point that I want to bring up. Some of you guys are getting your own individual instructions and what God wants you to do specifically concerning your investments. After it reached 147, then sell it immediately and buy some more Equinox gold. That's EQX. EQX is currently at $6.24, so he's not saying to buy it right now. It's not going to be the buy point for EQX would be around the $147 mark for VIXY. So those are just some pricing points, things to look at. Is the 147, does that deal with about when the Dow is going to drop? So if we see VIXY going up and skyrocketing past over $100, we need to be watching and be aware, just like we're watching all the other prophetic pricing points. The next prophetic dream that he shared with me, and this is going to be pretty crazy, folks, when you really think about this. And this is probably one of the very first stocks, at least that I know of, that shows us a low pricing point of where this, well, not only McDonald's, but that just goes to show how bad the economy is going to be. So he says here, my McDonald's dream was very simple. The Lord showed me the price of 61 cents and the McDonald's logo. That's it. But it was a very strong impression. I remember feeling shocked by the low price. That's why I woke up right away to check the price on my phone. It was $254. So that's pretty amazing, folks. 61 cents for McDonald's stocks. If you saw McDonald's stocks right now for 61 cents, and knowing that's around $254 right now, that's pretty insane. It just goes to show how bad things are going to be, prophetically speaking. So, but it's also letting him know, and of course him sharing with me and allowing me to share this, that's going to be a buy limit order for a particular stock. Right now, folks, like I said, in order to be a part of the wealth transfer, you have to be able to put in your sell limit orders and then be able to go back in and buy in before all this takes place. Right? If you're just buying and holding, you're not going to be able to take part in this because you're just going to be buying and holding all the way through the stock winter and crypto winter. And all the profits that you make from this first run is going into your bank account, and it's going into the stock market in your buy limit orders, and it's also going into the buy limit orders we've been discussing with cryptocurrency. Now, that's one of the things that I want to look for. Is one of the stocks that I really want to get a hold of during this time period is Tesla. And if you guys have any prophetic dreams or visions that we don't know about, please share that. And if there's any other prophetic dreams or visions dealing with the stock market, right? Because I'm trying to line all these different prophetic words up so we can get a clear picture of what is actually getting ready to take place. So at 61 cents, trust me, I'll be loving McDonald's. I'll be loving it. It's interesting because when he shared that with me, there's the whole tweet thing that was going on between McDonald's and Elon Musk and a lot of the other cryptocurrency businesses that are out there. A lot of the official accounts of different cryptocurrencies and platforms, and just going back and forth with all those, McDonald's going back and forth with all those entities was a confirmation for me, because I saw this prophetic pricing point for McDonald's, and then the very next day, all this stuff with McDonald's and the tweets and cryptocurrency, Elon Musk and Binance and CoinMarketCap and all these other major bigwigs responding to McDonald's. So if you haven't seen that, then you probably need to go to the McDonald's Twitter and check out all the comments and Elon Musk and all that. So that's all I have for today, folks. So be prepared, put yourself into position, and let's do what God has us to do in order to transfer the wealth and to be the owner of to be part of the 1% in the cryptos, in the real estate, and in the stock market. In order to do that, in order to transfer that wealth from the current 1% to us, making us the 1%, we have to put ourselves in the position. That's all I have for today. So thank you guys for listening. God bless. That being said, TC out.